All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, I want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash.
Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And peace and blessings to Israel, the brothers here in GMS Tampa Bay. Here again through the Spirit of God, Yahweh Shai, another week, Wednesday class to do a live feed to edify the flock of Yahweh Shai. And it's going to flow through the Spirit. Got an article pulled up, about how pretty much the Department of Homeland Security is anticipating violence, and through the Spirit, when they had the Pride walks, you're going to an article which these people are being upset about, abortion, now be careful how the words we use, I guess, Esau's algos might clip the video, so, but, going to, the Homeland Security, anticipating violence, well, when the Pride stuff was going on, and here in Tampa, we saw Homeland Security, I seen it, Homeland Security cars driving around the city, so, as scriptures talk about, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. He's ultimately used this as a means to control. And, what he's going to do is going to start clamping down as, Biden and Esau, his administration is pushing disinformation control. And that's ultimately going to turn into us in our persecution coming, And wherever the Spirit leads with this video, this lesson, but, start with in the Esdras about the city's in trouble because of pride. But we're going to start first. Get a precept first and then we're going to real quick. You got something right now?
Yeah, real quick. Revelation 12. Revelation 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time.
Yep, so this is that order out of KL. He's creating a problem, so he's justified by a solution. He's creating these uproars and using agents, provocateurs, and gravitating towards people's emotions, because that's how he knows he's gonna get the right reaction he wants. So he can come in and sweep in like the devil he is, and push forth his new world agenda. So that him coming down that great wrath, right now starting with legislation. So when he does make these moves, because he's creeping on you people, and very soon he's gonna really show his hand, because the whole thing is he wants to chip everybody, and that's what ultimate prophecy we're waiting for, besides the return of our Lord to come. But once the measure of times, we know we're gonna do something very major and big, because it says in Proverbs, when the wicked are in authority, the people mourn. So everybody's complaining, and that really shows you that something's about to happen, and Esau again going to him trying to justify himself. He's not going up to the Lord asking for counsel. He's doing his own thing, and what again he wants to do is that mass chipping, the mass control of the masses, and then doing these things as stirring up your people, so he can come down and you saying, see, this is why we have to control you monkeys, depopulation and all that kind of stuff.
All right, this is an article from Washington Examiner, and it says DHS, which is Department of Homeland Security, preparing for increase in violence over abortion ruling.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we got some?
No, I was like, go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying that's why these people are not upset, because of righteous things as going to elect their sign prior from abominations. They're upriding and they're uproaring about wicked stuff. This is about murder. And this is what these people want to fight for. This is what they choose to fight for. They gather themselves together to fight for wickedness. That's why again the Lord's not hearing none of what they got to say. Is that again going to pride. Pride is one departed from his maker. So the order of things, these women are not in the streets marching for that. They want power. And that's backward. That's why the world's turned upside down, and really, because it all stems from Esau. Even so, white men turned everything out of course.
I got a quick precept. Isaiah 59 and verse 7, because what the article, the information is coming out is that basically, you want to be able to a murder basically, man. All right, you're hating the fact that your rights is being taken away. All right, or is being challenged, if you will, I should say, that you can't have control over whether you keep your child or not. Okay, so you want to go out and protest concerning these things, man. You people are completely wicked, man. So this is Isaiah 59, verse 7. It says, "Their feet run to evil," and that's what you're doing. All right, you out here protesting and walking up and down the street. All right, you're quick to do evil. You're quick to go protest about some BS, man. All right, but that's why the scriptures say, the righteous, beautiful of those that their feet are moved to the tidings do righteous. If you can get that real fast, Boss Michelle, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, because when it comes to standing for the Lord, standing what the Lord stood for and everything He represented. Okay, you people are put that on the backtrack, so to say. You put that on the back burner. You tarry when it comes to moving, all right, towards to do something for the Lord, to stand for the Lord and what He represented. Righteousness, man. Anything that has to do with the righteousness in the Lord, all right, you people tarry to that. You ignore that. But when it comes to something to serving your own belly, your flesh, okay, you swift to run to do those things, man. You got that real fast?
Yeah.
I'll read Isaiah 59:7 says, their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. So as soon as you saw that legislation being passed or your rights being challenged, that you can't abort your children, all right, you got up quick, man. You make haste, all right, make haste to shed innocent blood. It is, they say the safest place for a baby is in a womb, man. Okay, now the scriptures say whoever perishes being innocent, but you ready to shed the blood of an unborn child.
Real quick to add on, but they say when it comes to the so-called Negroes, the most dangerous place for him to be is in the womb of his mother, man. Mm-hmm. Because you so-called Negroes, you lead in abortions, man. You know?
Yeah. It says, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. That's murder. You guys are murderers, man. Iniquity is sin. The scripture say, thou shalt not kill, man. That's in the law. All right? It says, their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity, wasting and destruction are in their paths, man. So this was all in your paths, man. Destruction. You're in a path of destruction. All right? Why? Because you're your father, the devil, man. He's giving you all these ways of life. Well, the Most High set up to where when you man and woman get together, you receive seed. The natural course takes place. You go, you're 9 months, and then a child brings forth. But Esau gave you the alternative to abort the mission. It's a mission. So he gave you that abort button. Abort the mission is what to get rid of it, man. All right? You got that?
Yeah, real quick. Romans chapter 10, verse 15. And how shall they preach except they be sent? Mm-hmm. As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace, mm-hmm. and bring glad tidings.
Which is why the Lord washed the feet of the disciples, man. How beautiful, okay, are the feet of them to bring forth good tidings, man, to promote life. The scriptures say the Lord that has no pleasure in death, man. Okay, He didn't create death. The Lord created life. But the devil, Satan, man, through sin and iniquity brought forth death. And that's what's in your paths, man, death. That's why ultimately this place is going to be removed. Okay? All these things are being roused up. You willing to stand and fight for wickedness, man. Really understand that. You're willing to stand and fight to murder. And you've been deceived to lie to think that is your God-given right, a purpose for you to murder your own child. But how did you get here? How are you able to go out there and march? Why? Because nobody didn't abort your wicked ass, man. Okay? That's the only reason why you have your body, your rights, so-called, so to say, that philosophy you go after. Because nobody didn't abort you. If somebody aborted you, you wouldn't even be sitting here speaking concerning your body, your right, because you wouldn't be here, man. Okay?
Hey, just like the brother say, hey, it's something. This is wicked, all right. That the thing that you guys are fighting for, like the brother say, the destruction, all right, is in your paths. I got a quick precept, Isaiah 5 and I'm sorry, verse 18. The point is at verse 20. It says, "Woe unto them that draw iniquity with cords of vanity, and sin, as it were with a carved rope." All right, because right now, this thing that you see that the people are fighting for, these women mostly, all right, they're fighting for vanity. They're fighting for things that is against the heavenly fathers. All right, they're committing sin. All right, aborting a child. All right, that's wicked. All right, and it's in the eyesight of the Lord. It says, then say, let him make speed and haste his work, that we may see it. Let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw nigh and come, that we may know it. Okay, so now we see what? That the Heavenly Father is visiting the earth of which He has made. Okay, we're seeing that the prophecies they're kicking. All right, and this is a true prophecy that we see right here. All right, with the people coming against each other. All right, soon we're gonna be seeing them come with swords in their hands. All right, seditions amongst people. All right, so we're starting to see these things kick up and ramp up. This is the year of the turn up. Verse 20, it says, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. All right, so now they're trying to call this thing that is evil. All right, they're trying to say that it's good. All right, but the Heavenly Father speaks against it. All right, it says that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Okay, so these are the people, all right, these women, all right, they're just born here in wickedness, and this is why the Lord's going to have to destroy them. That's just why you see what woe unto them, destruction unto them.
I'm going to go ahead and jump to the article. So it says the DHS is preparing for an increase in political violence if and when the Supreme Court returns a ruling in a case that is widely expected to curtail decades of abortion access proceeding, according to the unclassified memo. The May 13 memo by the DHS intelligence wing obtained by Axios said threats that came after the May 2nd leak of a Supreme Court.
Yeah, so we'll finish it because I don't get a point.
Right. Let's start this paragraph over. The May 13 memo by the DHS intelligence wing obtained by Axios said threats that came after the May 2nd leak of a Supreme Court opinion in Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization are likely to persist and may increase leading up to and following the issuing of the court's official ruling.
Yeah, so get the point of the leak. You know, it got leaked, so that means this is premeditated. You know, these institutions, things like that. You know, it's all ultimately just to stir up the people. So, you know, with all this stuff going on around the world, this is what you people find time to fight about. You know, but you know, again, this is ultimately orchestrated because again, Esau, he knows how you people move, how you react. So when he does stuff like this, he wants you to bite on it. Yeah. So then he can come down with the hammer on you people. Yeah. Because you don't see this dealing with women. They don't think about the consequences. You know, you can kind of say there's a situation where you got raped or whatever. Maybe that's something you can bring up. But as far as why these women are aborting children, because they just don't want to deal with them.
The responsibility of being a mother.
Exactly. They open their legs, and all this, but they don't want to deal with the responsibility of having a child. Right, I know you got a point, but someone who had that limitations about how even the sea monsters.
Okay. The daughter of my people are cruel.
Right. But go ahead, Coleman.
Yeah, just to back you up, a quick point, just to add on to what you was going into as far as Esau's study, Jake. Yeah. This is cunning in the etymology one. It says learn, skillful. It says possessing knowledge, and this is going back to that philosophy that he gave Eve. Right. It says this is a point though. It says skillfully deceitful. So Esau Edom is he's his talent. He's a cunning hunter, and Jake is hunted, man, on all levels, and that's why he set up the woman. Going back to what it was really for the Edomite woman, the woman's liberal, right? And now Judah got in there, Eve got in there, and the whole time he's learned. He has the knowledge. Okay, he's skillful to destroy the household, man. He's skillfully deceitful, man. He's using that cunning hunting style to ultimately get rid of Jake, but he puts it as is good for you. It's a benefit. Backing you up in Isaiah the 5th chapter where it says, "Woe unto him that call good evil and evil good." This is an evil thing. All right, abortion is evil, man. And ultimately, this man says it's already too many millions and billions of people on the planet Earth. So he already trying to get rid of us slowly, all right? Okay, by the, all type of things, man. The abortions, the food, the water, the air, okay, the laborious work that we do, 12 hours a day, majority of it. So it's already in his cunning hunting skills All right, he's skillful in deceit, man. You know, in destroying us. You know.
Yeah. And that's why Herod, you know, what he wanted to do, he wanted to kill all the firstborn.
Right.
Because of Yahushua. They knew about the prophecies, you know, that there was a Messiah to come that was ultimately supposed to let free the children of Israel, you know. So what is Esau doing now as a cunning hunter? He's not taking the full brunt of the you know, I guess you say the fault of, you know, Jake being taken out. He puts it on our women, you know, that philosophy, you know, getting in her ear and saying, kill that nigga, do this, you know, for me, you know, and she's all right, because she thinks it's in the form of freedom, you know, of liberty, but it's murder, you know. This is not nation building, this is nation destroying, it's all going into his depopulation control.
He give her thousands of dollars for that too.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, thousands of dollars, man. You know,
because it's a sacrifice, giving them to the fire, you know, and who knows what they do with that fetus, you know, you just hand it off and it's somehow your potato chips, you know. But this is what this devil does, man, you know, and it's ultimately a mockery to us, you know.
Hey, that's why the scriptures speak about never trust thy enemy, because when you go on, Esau collects that data of how many times you go in there and abort your child. Esau collects that data, but here it is, he's presenting to you as if, you know, he's there to help you, but then he turns around and presents that same data and says that you women are the #1 killers of your own nation.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? So here it is. He used that data against you. You know, he's sitting so-called here to help you, but he turns around and say you are the #1 killer of your nation. When you look at all the, you know, they show the graph, the bar graph of all the #1 killings of so-called black people. It ain't heart disease. It ain't AIDS. It ain't high blood pressure. It's abortion. That's the #1 killer of the so-called black men and women here in America is abortions, man. So he turned around and used that data against you. But I thought he was there to help you. All right, that's like a friend that you go to and tell all your problems to, and he turns around and airs out your dirty laundry to everybody. But you came to him to vent to him, to let off your emotions, you know, to release to somebody you think you can go to and talk to. But he's sitting going around telling all your business to everybody. What kind of friend is that? And that's basically what Esau Edom is doing to you women, man. Okay, he's going around and telling everybody how many children you aborted. He might not have your name specifically, but he's collecting all that data and he's making it public. Okay.
All right.
We'll get the limitations in.
Oh, come on, I got it. This is can I start from the top?
Yeah, wherever you want.
This is Lamentations 4:1. It says, "How has the gold become dim?" And that gold is the nation of Israel, starting with the men. Okay, that gold has become dim. The scriptures speak about how the Lord told Abraham that your seed shall be as the sands of the sea, an innumerable amount. Okay, now the scriptures say that my word shall not return unto me void. Even though Esau is putting all this, giving our people the will to abort and giving our people the worst foods that are supposed to hinder their fertility, Jake is still outnumbering every other nation.
Yep.
Starting with Esau Edom. Their fertility rate is down.
Yeah, with Pharaoh, he said, let us deal wisely with these people because they're going to overcome us. So going to that point, Juan brought up about the cunning hunter, well, Esau, that's what he's doing. He's figuring out how to destroy our nation. He's getting in our woman's ear.
Without saying he's the devil, without betraying himself to be, but he's using the woman while the whole time he's behind the curtain. He's behind the curtain. He's a puppet master, man. He's the one that has his plan, bro. That's heavy, man. Here it is. This is the devil, but you wouldn't know he's the whole world to this day don't even know that he is the enemy. He's the wicked. Job 9:24, because of his philosophy and how he got the minds of the people, and he used our woman to conquer us.
Because that's a sign of him raging war against us. Because that's what to say. The woman is what? The weaker vessel.
That's right, man.
So when you go to war with somebody, you go to the weakest part of whatever you're dealing with. You know? And that's our women, you know? And then the saying going to the abortion thing, hey, the child could be born, but guess what? The father's not around. You know, so the nigga might as well be dead in the womb because you killed the nigga. He raised up with the degenerate and he ends up being shot up by the police somewhere.
Can I get this real quick to back you up? This is the etymology of abort, right? I'm gonna get right to the point. It says abort in the verb, terminate before completion.
Damn.
cease development, die. Okay, so and in another word, the key word here is it says death. All right, so backing you up earlier when you made that point, all right, of how the woman, he's pretty much using them to say, look, y'all the number one leader in death, causes of death. But he would never tell you that he is the one that gave her that philosophy. Mm-hmm. He's the one that's actually backing it up. He's funding the abortion,
feminism,
and paying her these thousands of dollars.
In forms of, like the brother said, feminism, that's right. Philosophy.
Yeah. To terminate us before he's developed.
Yeah. And bro, the woman is so easily to be beguiled and fooled. Like
money.
Oh my God, this is my right to whether I have. So you fighting over whether it's a right, but you're missing. You're losing a war, man. You want your right so bad, but you don't realize that you're losing a war, man. His intentions is that you destroy your nation, man.
Now we have less men.
Exactly.
To this day, the only real man on the planet Earth is the man of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Everybody else is emasculated. Feminine, like the brother said, and that's the whole agenda. That's the whole plan, to destroy the men, bind the strong man. Yahushua said that no man can infiltrate the house, roughly paraphrase, unless he bind the strong man. Mm-hmm. That's what Esau did. He bounded us by what? Using our women.
Back in Lamentations 4:1, it says, how has the gold become dim? When that gold becomes dim, it's not as attractive. Okay, it's a piece of dull gold. Like it's not like that shiny gold that you see in the jewelry, and the lights on it is shining. All right, it's attractive. But the gold has become dim. How is the most fine gold changed? It's impure. Okay. The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The stones of the sanctuary, who is us? We're lively stones. So the stones of the sanctuary are poured out on top of every street, just out there, man. All right. It says, the precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers? So just a pitcher, man. You just become a old pitcher, man. And you look at a pitcher, is metal, and it's not, it's just a pitcher, man.
Glory.
Bronze might be a brown, it's a pitcher. It says the work of the hands of the potter. Even the sea monsters, the point you want. Okay. Lamentations 4:3. Even the sea monsters draw out the breast. They give suck to their young ones. The daughter of my people has become cruel. And how more cruel can you get than completely murdering your child, man? Terminating your child. You can't get no crueler than that.
And that's why I said even the sea monsters draw out the breast. Our women, they don't take care of their children. They pass them off to G-Mom, or whoever else is, they don't want to deal with them, And by the time they're old, they kick them out the house, man. Especially the men, But again, going to order things is all messed up, and that's again a sign of our people being destroyed, But again, our women have become cruel, because through her we all die. What's more cruel than death, And that's what our women bring to the table, man. They just kill our nation, man.
Yeah. It says how the people. It's like the daughter of my people has become cruel, like this ostriches like it in the wilderness.
Yeah, ostrich. They watch videos about ostrich. They be stepping all over their eggs, man.
That's the spirit. What? I got you. Job 39, going into the ostrich. That parable. Job 39 in verse 13. And Job 39 in verse 13. All right. I'm gonna start verse 11. Wilt thou trust him because his strength is great? Or wilt thou leave thy labor to him? Wilt thou believe him that he will bring home thy seed and gather?
Talking about the internet, the unicorn. Should have started it.
Okay, Slaki. All right, yeah. All right, Slaki. Okay. Verse 13, Slaki. Gavest thou the goodly wings unto the peacocks, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth, and warmeth them in the dust, and forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them. She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers.
Yeah, there you go. That goes into, again, how really most of our women are not for us, and that's why a lot of times we're really, going to how we build a nation. We don't need our women, they're a fruit of, when you have children, they're going to be just like women. They're going through that man, but we can build our nation with the heathens, But that's why, again, them being hard against the young ones, really is going into the curses. These tender, delicate creatures, women, you look at women, man, they're beautiful physically, but they're a bunch of demons, man. They're a circus of demons, man. And it starts with, again, you see how they treat our children,
And the ones that do, so-called don't forsake their children, they use their children as a weapon to the man.
Exactly.
All right. The benefits that they collect from each head in the house, food stamps, and like I said, they use it as a weapon to the man. You can't see your kids, and have that leverage over you, and they indoctrinate your kids and tell you that the man ain't this or he ain't that. All right, they weaponize their children, man. Okay, towards the man, and just for gain.
Exactly.
How much money they can collect at the end of the month. How much money they collect at the end of the year when they go to file taxes. You feel what I'm saying? So the daughters of our people become cruel, man.
Read next verse 4. Yeah.
Lamentations 4:4, it says, the tongue of the sucking child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst.
Yeah, so they don't take care of them. But they feed them Fruit Loops. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For a lot of us, we grew up on Fruit Loops, man. Microwave. That was our best friend. A lot of times you ain't have them. You got to scramble around and make some shit to eat, man. Potato chips, whatever you can find around the house. That was your dinner. When you go outside, ask for some food. What they talking about? We got food at the house. They don't want to feed you. And this is spiritual too. You go to spiritual. Because the real thing is going into the truth. The children cleave for thirst. Which is the waters, the true knowledge. But we're going to go on a carnal sense, talking about on a small scale about how women treat the child, man. Growing up.
Because the young children ask bread, and no man breaketh it onto them.
Yeah, exactly. So they're wanting. And there's a whole spectrum in what they're taught. From a kid. The vibration of the mother, which is most of them are a bunch of demons. Saying this and that and feeding them all type of stuff. And before you know it, the dude start walking a little funny, and nigga turns out to be an alphabet game. And that's what happens, and that's why, because it's going to the devil. He starts when we're young. Because as he knows precepts. They talk about training up a child while he's young. He's never going to forsake his way. Well, he indoctrinates our children watching these funky cartoons. Shit. That's what happened to us. But that's why going into some miracle how we have. That's what you talk about, men not bowing that knee. The Lord left a reserve of real men. That's why Isaiah 4:1. That's gonna come into play real soon. Because our nation needs men. We don't need women. We need men. Right, and that's what the Lord's dealing with, But that was
I got a quick one real quick.
Whenever, get the curses. What do you got? Go.
Just Deuteronomy chapter 28. I'm gonna start at verse 56. The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground, for delicateness and tenderness, her eyes shall be evil toward the husband of her bosom, and toward her son, and toward her daughter, and toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet, and toward her children which she shall bear. For she shall eat them for want of all things, secretly in the siege, and straightness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in thy gates. Hey, so whether the children make it or not, these women have an evil eye toward their children, but it said that she should eat them secretly, man. In the siege. So we ought to know, when you go back to the history, that woman that ate their children. But now they even having secret abortions. You won't even know a woman is pregnant nowadays. All right. As soon as she know, she going straight over there to Dr. Esau in the lab, and she go, she go get rid of it, man. Like a secret ceremony for Eve, and then she just continue to gather abroad and live her life like everything is normal. Like that shit never happened, man.
Yeah.
But this is ultimately curse, man, because the Lord said, hey, He gonna show you a new thing on earth where a woman should come past a man. Right. But this all goes back to us, falling. All right. So this is that curse. This is that curse go upon the earth, man, and it's just been made manifest, about, you know, Eve and the serpent,
Yeah.
going all the way back, you know, to the garden. You know, he got her in, because what it say, real quick, you can speak.
Yeah, because that's because giving childbirth, that's an honor for a woman. That's like the highest honor, you know, besides your hair being your glory, you know, but bringing forth children, that's a beautiful thing.
Remember Jacob's wives?
Exactly. They fought.
They fought having a race who can have the most children. Now that's become a burden. You know, what was once a blessing, it has become a disgrace, if you will.
Real quick, 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 14. And Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. So just like, you know, in the time we were speaking about Pharaoh, you know, he wanted to kill all the male-borns. You know, Herod, the same thing. And now they just attacking Eve, you know, but this goes all the way back to that same relationship, you know, from the garden. So that, the Apostle Paul said that day should not come until that man of sin be revealed. So you can tie all the circles around Esau, and you know that he goes back, you know, the self-proclaimed white man right now, you know he's Esau. All right, you know Eve has to be the so-called Israelite woman, not the so-called Israelite woman, but the Israelite woman. All right, and Esau, he goes all the way back. The white man goes all the way back to Esau, goes all the way back to that serpent, man. All right, and real quick, another one. Sirach chapter 25, verse 24. The women came the beginning of sin, and through her we all die. All right, so through her, that's why our nation is falling right now. But you know, and now basically Esau Edom have put these women up on a pedestal, and now he's basically sweeping that rug from under their feet. But it's ultimately the Most High, man. That show you that prophecy is spinning right now, because now they say that it's a lot of threats coming in. Now they fear, you know, uproars and riots. Why? Because Esau has pushed these women on that pedestal, and now he's bringing them back down to reality. It was really the Lord Yahweh Shah using Esau Edom. So there's great turmoil, you know, coming upon these streets, and a lot of women gonna be judged, man.
You get that rise up, you women are at ease. When you go get that a little.
No more article. All right, Con, back in the article, just a few more paragraphs. It says some other. Oh, let me go up.
It's like since the leak, I think the part.
All right, since the leak, law enforcement agencies have investigated threats levied on social media, which is another one of his tactics. You know, predictive programming. Leveled on social media to storm or burn down the Supreme Court building. In addition to threats to murder justices and their clerks, some of the threat warnings have already transpired, such as the vandalism of Wisconsin's Family Action, a lobbying and advocacy organization that sustained damages at its Madison headquarters earlier this month.
Yep, so that's that sedition being stirred up, you know. So Esau's the agent of chaos, right? And he wants it to happen. That's why it says a leak. Since the leak, that's, you know, getting to the point, man. You know, the leak, he did that. He wanted it. He wants that to be out there because, again, this is how he's gonna put that clamp on the world. You know, with all these shortages and, you know, hyperinflation on the brink. You know, what's full front and center right now is this thing that's going on right here. You know, war in Russia about to happen. Behind the scenes, Esau got mass chip getting produced right now. Who knows, somewhere in China, right? You know, getting ready to chip everybody. But what's being put on the forefront is all these distractions. You know,
going back to that bread and circuses. That's why they push it forth on the social media. And they got majority of who is tied on the social media? You women. You know, so there's just a mass operation. You know, a mass psyop of Esau Edom, man, controlling the minds of the people.
And then going to that misinformation thing, to social media. Well, this, you know, this is going to the family of work. You know, it's all going to tie in together. This is the Lord doing that. One stroke, the Lord going to get everything all in one sweep, and it's coming together, man, perfectly, just like the Lord said it would, man.
Because the woman she's even at the job or in reality, she's the biggest distraction on the planet Earth, man. That's why everything you do, you click on something, it has a woman on the commercials, woman advertising, woman at the job, woman on IG, everywhere you go, and that's the biggest distraction. And he has used that as his tool, skillfully deceitful to what? Ultimately destroy the nation of Israel, man. And women are going to lead Jake to getting the chip. It's a lot of women that's going to lead. If you don't get the chip, she going to leave your dumb ass, man.
She gonna dip.
She going to dip. If you don't get the chip, she going to dip straight up. And that's real. And that's the thing. It's distraction. And Esau is getting ready to use her as the biggest tool to get you jakes, man. And it's times that we're coming into, whether it's food, and they show you that in the movie Book of Eli, man. What they when he was traveling, what they used that chick to set him up, you know, and she was like, I need help, but the whole time, what? When he wanted to go help her, what? Niggas came raiding in, man. And through the spirit was on him, not to get off topic, but women is the biggest distraction. Just want to say that.
Because hey, if women start advertising that they like Hebrew Israelites, you got niggas that just put on the garments and start and grow beards and start being Israelites, man. You know that they could change everything just like that, because the dudes gonna move according to what the women like, man. You know, I got a quick precept real fast. This is 1 Ezra 4:26. It says, yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women. And as the brother said, man, you know, that's, you don't got the chip, she gonna dip. All right, if you can't provide those precious things, and we saw that with Job. Job was a rich man, and what his woman told him, hey, why don't you curse the Most High and die already? Why? Because what, she wasn't comfortable no more. He started losing everything, and she started speaking to one of the fools women. Her whole spirit changed up, because why? He didn't have the substance that he once had. All right, so she became uncomfortable. So many that have went out of their wits for women, and it's the point, and become servants for their sakes. So if men have become servants to women, that's why Esau just needed to get control of the woman, because if you're a servant to the woman and Esau has control over the woman, by default you become a servant to Esau, because you become a servant to that woman. You know what I'm saying?
And just to add on too, and you know, men go out of their wits for women, because even in this protest, this march or whatever, my body, my choice thing, why would you have men marching with these women? Mm-hmm. Like, what sense do that make? Like what do you play a role in this at? But as it showed, that that's witchcraft, man. The man Esau Edom, man, he's a witch, he's a warlock, man. All right, so he casts, man. This whole world is under spell, man. That's why you got to come into the truth, because the scripture said there's no enchantment against Jacob. You know, you know how to, you come into the truth, you know how to deal with women. You know how to stay away from women, especially those wicked ass women, man.
You know the role.
Exactly. The order. Exactly, man. So you got it. All right, come on. All right, this is the last last paragraph in this article. It says, Dobbs centers on a challenge by abortion providers against Mississippi restrictive abortion law that bans procedure after 15 weeks of gestation. The leaked draft, if published as it was written by Alito, would overturn the landmark 1973 case Roe v. Wade and would allow states to impose restrictive limits on when a fetus becomes viable. So basically, they want to let you kill the fetus regardless. It just, they want to put a time limit on when you can do it. But when that sperm reaches that egg, man, that's life. That's life. The Father, the Heavenly Father, he's the power of the living, man, not the dead, man. Hey, man, that's how you know he's the harbinger of death.
Hey, just to back you up, man, Esau is wise, because Esau could be doing this just to make you be so much even quicker to go get that aborted. Mm-hmm. That's ultimately why he's doing it, because his thing is not to preserve life.
Right.
He's the harbinger of death. Right. So he giving you that 15 weeks. Mm-hmm. So as soon as you get pregnant, you want to make sure you go get rid of it as soon as possible, man. That's probably why he's doing that, man. He wants you to get rid of it fast. Don't wait 3-4 months, because then you might think about keeping it. So that's why we ain't gonna let you do it after that. So you got 15 weeks. That's it. So it's just like Esau just giving you crunch time to make you even more quicker to go get rid of it, man. That's how this devil truly worked, man. If you really look at it, man, that's how he worked, man.
And he got people in positions, even higher positions, all the way down to the these facilities where they actually doing the abortions, man. They're all in link with that doctrine. They not stepping out of line when it come down to that happening. You feel what I'm saying? They gonna fall. Everybody falling in order under that man. So he got it set up. Okay, and it's all set up, man. It's all set up, and he give you the benefits. He give this woman. He's to get rid of the man. Ultimately, it's to get rid of us, bro. if you really look at it, it's to get rid of the man of Israel. But according to prophecy, the Lord said, I will turn and get me into the great man. All right, but I just want to make that point. I got a quick precept too, real quick. Revelation 6 and verse 8. And I looked and beheld a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And hell followed with him. It says, and power was given unto him. And power was given unto them. All right, over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword, hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. You got it out.
Yep. So, going to this man, what he did to our women back then, he would cut the damn baby out your stomach. This is where that C-section shit comes from. And now you willingly killing your babies. You would fight to not have your baby killed. Because you knew that was your nation coming back. But now you just willingly line up. That's why it shows our people, man, are gone, man. Destroyed for lack of knowledge. Again, you don't even know. Our people don't want to realize the fact, that the man that they're dealing with, man, he's the devil, man. They want to just put it behind them, put it behind their ears, man. But this history is very recent, and he's doing this right now as we speak. He's in the councils right now talking about how we're going to kill you so-called Native Americans. The other nations are in on it as well. Psalm 83rd chapter tells you about that. So they're not empowering you to be righteous. They're empowering you to be evil, giving you license to sin. Go ahead and be a fag, go ahead and do this, go ahead and do that. Nothing about serving the Lord, in the true nationality and heritage, man, which is the law, statutes, commandments, So again, that's how you know who we're dealing with. But our people, they don't even think that deep, man. Our people are just, their mind is muck, I mean, going on in here.
And they know too, to back you up, they know, but they just don't want to accept the reality. But see, the Most High, how about some shots getting rid of the brain take into the state where you just gonna have to accept it. You're gonna have to know him after being put to death by gruesome pain, man. Because you've been the whole time you wanted to put it off. You wanted to put the fear and the faith of Yahweh Shemashai off, and now you get ready to have to just deal with what you was running away from. That he is your enemy, and the whole time you've been cleaving unto this man, and you knew it was the enemy. It's not like Jake don't know. Jake know Esau Edom is a devil. He be saying that at the top. Tired of these crackers. Jake know, but he know he don't have no faith. You know what I mean? Jake don't got no belief in Yahweh. He don't know him. So that's why he can't cleave unto the Lord, because he don't know the Heavenly Father to even put trust in that the Lord is going to do what he said he's going to do.
The men think that. Women,
yeah,
that don't cross their goddamn mind. The old white man and devil. They love them some crackers, man.
Yeah.
Especially old boy at the job, the boss. They all buddy with him. Supervisor, skin pop, all that shit.
He's just looking at that ass all day. Putting you in higher positions. And this is actually happening. Don't care if you got a husband or not, but because you want to make more money, and you want to get in that position. He don't give a fuck. He want to do what he got to do to you, man. So once again, it's not that Jake don't know Esau Edom is the devil. They know. It's just that they're playing this goddamn game. But the Lord is getting ready to. You gonna have to deal with reality, okay? Because he's getting ready to cut ties with Eve. He's getting ready to cut that tie with Eve, man, and leave you out here hanging. And the whole time, the man of the Lord was there. That's why a lot of women gonna be judged too, man. Okay, he getting ready to snip that covenant that y'all got, that agreements, man. You gonna be out here by yourself, stranded, man. Okay, nobody's gonna want you, right? Just want to make that point. You gotta go.
It's the book of Isaiah 32, start at verse 9. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech."
Yeah. Well, why is it being exhorted to rise up? You that are at ease, because you're going to the spirit of this kingdom is likened unto a woman, and it says, "What I shall not know the loss of children." I'm not gonna know what sorrow is. Just being in this lackadaisical spirit. Why are you being exhorted to rise up? Because all hell's about to break loose. And in that day, order is gonna be restored. Which the order is your man is supposed to be above you. We think about danger. Things that happen on the daily. You walking down a dark alley. All right, who's gonna protect you in that moment? Because you don't have no faith. You ain't crying unto the Lord. And if you do, you crying unto who? Cesare, white boy, right? And he ain't gonna save you. you cut your ties. You know, you so-called independent women out there. You know, talking to our nation. You not saying you don't need no man. Well, you gonna have to play out that scenario in real life, man. You know, in the time of Jacob's trouble, because Jacob's trouble, that's gonna be on you. You know, unless you have a man over you, all right, you're out there. You know, for sports is when there's no hedge, just the possession of sport, paraphrasing. So you can get spoiled. You're gonna be out there to the elements. You know, and a lot of you are not gonna make it. You know, you think about horror movies, things that happen on, you know, you see things that happen on the news about with these women. All right. Well, in the time of lawlessness, what do you think? You know, all this flying on Instagram. You know, doing twerk videos, TikToks, and you teasing half dressed, walking around, you know, showing all your issues, you know. And that day, the man gonna remember you. You know, you take pictures of your car. You women are simple as out. You know, everywhere, everything you do, you document it. You know, so when the thing, you know, when shit hits the fan, hey, a man gonna remember. You know, he ain't gonna be thinking about nothing but trying to get at you. You know,
locked in.
And you're gonna be, yeah, exactly. And that's when spirits getting raised up, you know, because again, a great humbling's coming, and the great humbling man is especially gonna be upon you women, you know.
It reads on. This is the book of Isaiah 32 and 9. Rise up, ye women that are at east, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come.
And that's happening right now, man. The shortages. All right, these food shortages where Esau ain't gonna have shit for you, man. All right.
So real quick, that all the little food stuff, all the benefits, all that shit. Yeah, like I said, you go fail. They say you careless women. You don't care about nothing. You don't take nothing into consideration of what you do. Why? Because you got Daddy Esau right there to babysit you all day. But like the brother was saying, Esau ain't finna cut those ties. Why? Because he know that he have but a short time. Now, hey, it's time for that next phase, and you go realize that you've been duped.
Yeah. Cause you're not in his plans concerning the new world order.
Esau free. He can make some robots.
Yeah, man.
You know, some GMO women. Or something.
Yeah, you're not involved in his. He taking men and putting wombs in them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so you know he did his job with you, man. You've produced a nation of emotional, degenerate men, effeminate men. All right, you know you've done your job, and Esau, Edom, the white man that you always ready to pick up and call the phone on that nigga, you know, he about to forsake you, man. The vintage shall fail. You know, he ain't gonna be there to come to your rescue. This relationship is over, and it's over when Yahweh Shai Shai internet, because he's gonna put you in a position to where this man gonna give you the cold shoulder, and you're gonna be seeking after a so-called black, Hispanic, all right, or a Native American man, okay, and only men that's gonna be able to help your ass out is one they elect, and a lot of you are gonna be stepped on, man. All right, a lot of you gonna be forsaken by the man that you've been forsaken this whole time. Okay? And you're going to realize how precious your man was. Here it is, the so-called black man, all right, it's desired by the so-called white woman and all the other nations. You don't want him, but the woman that you want to be like, who you dye your hair blonde, all right, and desire to be like, she want your man. And she forsaken her man, and she want your man, and he at his lowest state. So that should tell you something. That your man is the prize, but nah. You looking at all the carnal shit, what he can provide, and this, that, and the third, but you got the prize, man, the Israelite man. Okay? And the Edomite woman see that. That's why their fertility rates are dropping, and they mixing with Jake. You know what I'm saying? That's why you seeing so many so-called mixed Jakes, light skin with the kinky hair. That's Jake. Look, man, these Edomite women, they want to bear the seed of Jake, man. You know what I mean? They understand that that's the future right there. That they man is on a decline. But you so-called black and Hispanic Native American women, you can't see that your man is the next runner-up, man. because your hatred that you have in him, that's been that seed has been sown by the serpent, man.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's been a long going, everlasting disease. You know, you can't get rid of it. You have this hatred for your own man. Going back to that curse, but that curse is gonna be flipped on you devils, man. You know? That same philosophy that you put on evil, guess what? You don't have to deal with that, man. Real soon, bro.
It's the book of Isaiah 32, verse 10. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones.
Hey, that's a warning. You know, Isaiah's warning you want to tremble. And it's warning you in that article too, because what it says, due to these protests, it's going to bring uproars, and it's everything that's bringing around. You got these protests, you got the food shortages, the hyperinflation, you got the wars. So no matter what, it's looking bad for you women. All right, it's looking bad for you women, because the scriptures say that they come that a man should what do I say? A man with his hands on his loins as a woman that travaileth. So if man gonna be in that lower state, come on, man, you tremble, ye women that are at ease, man. Go ahead.
There's the many great mysteries that's coming. You know, women can't deal with adversity, man. You see how they fold in any type of simple situation. They can't deal. They panic, you know, and that spirit sometimes be hopping on you like, yo, I'm down, you know. But it's because they don't have it, you know. These women don't have it, and that's why they have to learn the hard way. Because again, ultimately, it's all because of pride, man. You despise the order of the Lord. You know, your man is there for a reason, you know, and that's why, again, the Lord's going to show you what happens when order is not in place, man, you know, and then women going to be left out there, you know, and that's what it is with women. That's what goes into a fickle creature these women are. They just ultimately, they just wait at the finish line, you know. They're not going to rock with you when you're doing all you don't see no women rocking with us like that, but when we get that power, that's what's going to happen, you know. So these women are just, you know, they're just pieces, man, of possession, and that's what you say. But go ahead. Was that enough?
Yeah, I finished that verse. I started from the top there, Brandon.
Verse. It's the book of Isaiah 32 and 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip ye and make ye bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins.
Hey, so come into a humbling estate. You know, right now a woman should be humble, but hey, only the true worshipers of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua will be humble right now. You know. Hey, a lot of women go get it later, but you know, it's some women right now that's in that right mentality. But hey, because say 2/3 of Israel here in Babylon the Great gonna be judged, and there's more women than men. So yeah, there's gonna be a great slaughter of women. All right, so let me bring this out real quick before you got that quote.
Yeah,
The book of Micah, chapter 7, verse 10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh thy power? Mine eyes shall behold her, and now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the streets. All right, because of that great pride from depart from Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, you know, for forsaking your own nation, you know, committing genocide to your people, man. You linking up with the whole enemy Esau, Edom, bro, and just committing genocide. You know, just man, that shit is crazy, man. All right, but hey, it's ultimately the plan of the Lord, because the reason why they so careless, because what is it in the book of Amos or Hosea when the Lord said, I will not judge your wives or your daughters for their whoredom. You see? So because we went off, you know, the Lord been letting y'all build up that town. But now the Lord, he's rebuilding that temple, the house of David.
That's the point. So we're getting put in order. So that means what? That means you women got to get in order. You know, it's not a question of if you have to. No, if you have to. There's no choice. You know, and a lot of you are going to, but it's going to be after all this hell starts breaking loose. You get scared shitless. You know, because you women just in fantasy land. You know, so when reality hits you, you know, you open the cabinet and shit ain't going right. You know. You might have shit full of food, you know, but what's going on outside is hectic. You got people busting indoors, and you can't fight, you know. You might got a gun, but you don't got the guts to pull it, you know. And that's why, again, you know, going into the man being there to hide you from the destruction that's coming. You know, as we run to our husband, so to say, you're supposed to run to the man, you know. And that's gonna happen, man, when the Lord starts really stirring this thing up.
That's right. It's falling right in order, brother. Everything is getting ready to fall right in order, but backing that brother up, it's going to take for that tribulation for you women to get shaped up, man. To see that, look, you gotta wake the hell up. All right, and this is what's and women that do have a man of the Lord, they gonna fall right in order just that quick. The Lord is gonna put the spirit on them. This is why he's like this the whole time, man. So they already straight, you know, bear seed from this brother, you know. But it's gonna take for great tribulation to come, so you people can actually see the reality, see the seriousness of the ministry of Yahweh Hashem Shai. It's gonna take for shit to get chaotic out here in these streets, man. And it's coming, and everything is gonna fall right in order. All right, backing you up. I got some after you brothers.
Yeah, I got one more.
Okay, yeah.
Go ahead, I was finished on that, Mike.
It's just a quick precept. Isaiah, and this is backing up something that Kanakala had mentioned earlier. All right, in this, through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Shai, going with you women are going to have to look for a so-called Black, Latino, and Native American Indian man, but not just any man, an elect man of Yahweh Hashem Shai, going back into that order. All right, that's why the Lord is having us out there prophesying these things before it actually take place. So that way, when it do take place, we're already girded and built up in the spirit. That's why we're bold in the faith. So that way, when it do come, we already in that leadership position. Okay, so for you to do this, Isaiah 13, all right, in verse 12, right to the point, it says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than a golden wedge of Ophir. All right, so we're going to be in that time. The Lord is going to make us more precious. Brothers is actually going to see the value, okay, of you possessing this treasures in earthen vessels. You're going to actually see the benefit of this wisdom, knowledge, understanding, which is going to keep you stable and keep your household stable and keep those that believe in Yahweh Shai through you stable, man, in the times that we're coming into. The Lord is building us up to be pillars, okay? All right? In the times that we're coming into, when it get real serious, when it get life or death, okay, the Lord is building us up to be able to stand in that time, all right? And you women, by default, by the prophecies taking place, you're going to fall right in order. You're going to stop talking in that time. You're going to understand the significance of every word that come out of our mouth in that time, because you don't have nothing to talk about. You have no defense mechanism, man. We are your cover. We are your hedge. We are your protection. We are your guidance. We are the way. We are your ticket. We are your way out of here, man. So everything is going to fall right in order, backing that brother up, man. All right? By the way of these prophecies, man. So by default, the men of the Lord being set up, you women you're gonna fall right in. Okay? So we don't have nothing to worry about, man. All right? We're gonna be in abundance. Okay? We're gonna be eating. All right? All right, and everything is gonna go right according to Yahweh Hashem Shai's plan, man. All right, but that's it on that, man.
And I got something real fast. Is Luke 12 verse 49, because ultimately this is what this is leading to, man. All right, here it is. All these years they've been letting people abort whenever they want, but you know how conveniently, all right, that these things are being passed to stir you up, man. All right, things are right. That's Esau's job, to remove peace from the earth. You were so called at peace with killing your children. You were at peace with that, man. You can do it whenever you want it. Even sometimes they have some shit you can take a pill and just give a stillbirth. You know, I forgot how the process works, but you give us you still have it, you kill it, but it still go like, because it's so late, you still go through like the process of you pushing it out. But when you push it out, it's dead. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you are so at peace with death and killing, here it is now. Why is this coming about? Because this is his job to stir things up, man. Look at what's going on, man. Why is this shit just surfacing now? You people are like on like just being controlled by your emotions, man, and everything, man. Because you just so attached to this world, man. So when this world begins to fall and collapse, you're going with it because you're so emotionally and spiritually attached to this place, man, that Esau is able to turn left and turn right, and he just gonna psychologically just mess you all up. So just look
real quick too. I can add this real quick because you said, why is these things, suddenly coming about? Because when you go to that Roe versus Wade thing, that's really a case from 1973, and now they going back in the files to bring this up, to throw it in you people's face, just to stir it up about a deadline on committing murder. You know what I'm saying? And got people in the whole fucking trick bag. So like you said, why is right now the perfect time? And they said never let a good crisis go to waste. Right now they got people on their toes, they got people in their feelings, caught up in their emotions. You know, bread and circus. They using a lot of things, man, but this is, man, great judgment is upon the earth right now, man. And you people don't even see what's coming, man. They caught up in that, Johnny Depp, so on and so forth. Hey, when all your freedoms are being taken, man. Go ahead, brother.
Come on, it's Luke 12:49, man. I come to send fire on the earth. The Lord is coming to send a literal fire, man. By fire, by his sword, will the Lord plead with all flesh, and a slain of the Lord shall be many. Okay? It says, and what will I? If it be already kindled, so what will I? I'm coming to bring fire. But shit, it's gonna be already fired up before I get there. Okay, so this is the process of that fire, man. That fire is being kindled. And it's just gonna take for the take away the resources and the food, and you people are gonna lose it, man. You out here protesting, man. Come on, man. You got bigger fish to fry, man. Let's talk about these food shortages and how they talking about lights out during the summer and stuff, man. You got more things to be concerned about. Talk about all the poison and shit they put. Protest about that. Okay? Protest about how you being taxed, man. How all your money is going towards bills, but you still find the time to go out and protest about some BS. That's why the Lord is just he's gonna get rid of you, man. Okay? And that was the point, man. I come to send fire, what be if it already kindled? So Esau is just stirring you up. That's all he is using you as a tool. All right, to sow that unrest, so he can be justified with coming through and stepping on you, man, putting you down. That's all I have. Comments. So with that, man, Lord's willingness is edifying. We're gonna keep reporting on these things. So we are the watchmen. That's what brothers are doing. That's why brother presented the article. We watchmen, watching. Then we watching what you do. And then we going back to the scriptures. All right, yeah, that's you right here. That's why you can't deal with us, man. I shall give you a mouth. Oh yeah, roughly paraphrasing, enemies made a game, say no resist. Because everything you do, we going back to the scriptures. Like, yeah, that's you right here. We got the cheat book, right? The code book, everything, man. So, we just gonna keep reporting on these things. So we are the watchmen, and we giving those the elect the warning. To show you, because scripture ain't measured out the time diligently in itself. So we giving you the warning of how close this thing is and what's about to transpire in the spirit, man. So we're going to keep doing that because that's what we've been hired to do. Okay, and Lord's will, we be found worthy, man. We be rewarded or be paid, man, because that payment starts with that salvation, man. That's what we looking to receive. First, man, is salvation, being saved, man, from the destruction, man. So we're going to keep doing our job, Lord's will. The Lord keep the spirit on us. Until next time, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Kakadash. Double on self apostle, great millstone. Peace and blessings to you brothers out there, pushing truth and safety, honesty. The next time we say shalom.
Shalom.